Maximum Ride: The Angel Experiment. At a young age, Maximum Ride, along with her friends Fang, Gazy, Iggy, Nudge, and Angel, were kidnapped at birth and were experimented and mistreated on by scientists. They were isolated and confined from the rest of the world and were turned into bird hybrids which gave them wings to fly, but each had their own unique power. Max, the leader of the group, did not have one. Fang was physically the strongest, however wasn't as open like the others. Iggy was blind but could see colors. Nudge was able to drag metal towards herself. Gazy could produce gases, and Angel was the most gifted because she was able to read and control minds, communicate to certain animals, breathe underwater, and change her appearance. They called themselves the Flock and vowed to stay together while they searched for their families by escaping from the headquarters. The funny thing about facing a mid-death is that it really snaps everything into perspective. Take now, for instance. Run! Come on, run! You know you can do it! I gulped deep lungfuls of air. My brain was on hyperdrive. I was racing for my life. My one goal was to escape. Nothing else mattered. My arms being scratched to ribbons by a barber I just run through? No biggie. My bare feet hitting every sharp rock, rough root, pointed stick? Not a problem. My lungs aching for air? I could deal. As long as I could get as much distance as possible between me and the erasers. Yeah, erasers. Mutant half men, half wolves, usually armed, always bloodthirsty. Right now, they were after me. See, that snaps everything into perspectives. Run. You're faster than they are. You can outrun anyone. With help from Jeb, a scientist at the lab, they all managed to escape and went into hiding. Jeb was like a father to them, but disappeared after 2 years. Max began hearing voices in her head and realized her destiny was to save the world. She follows the voices' instructions, however, the journey came to an end when Chimera wolves called Erasers attacked them while caught off guard. They kidnapped Angel and took her back to the lab. Max goes after her alone, however on her way she met a girl named Ella who was getting bullied by schoolmates. She helps her but then gets badly injured by erasers. Ella brings Max to her mother, which was a doctor, and they found out she was genetically modified. Dr. Martinez was accustomed to people like Max and continued to treat her. While she does an x-ray on Max, they discover a computer chip in her arm which they are unable to remove. She looked at the x-ray again, studying it for several minutes while I tried not to jump out of my skin. "I'm sorry, Max," she said at last. "I don't think it can be surgically removed. It looks like it was implanted a long time ago when your arm was much smaller. Now your muscles and nerves, blood vessels have grown around it so completely that I think if we tried to take it out, you could possibly lose the use of your hand." Now, you'd think I'd get used to the nightmare that was my life, but I was actually pathetically surprised that those demonoids from the school could continue to wreak havoc on me from so far away so long ago. But why was I surprised, I asked myself bitterly. They could have just done that 2 days ago when they'd kidnapped Angel. An image of her popped into my head, her sweet, small face smiling up at me, love shining out. I swallowed hard and took a deep breath. After recovery, Max departs from Ella but gets ambushed by an army of erasers. She gets taken back to the lab where she meets the rest of the flock since they were captured as well. The scientists begin running tests on the teens to enhance their powers and brainwash them so they wouldn't be able to disobey them again. While in the process, Angel learns information about her family and discovers her brother is actually Gazy when looking at an old family photo. Before the tests begin, she manifests psychic abilities and manipulated the people to do what she says. With this newly discovered ability, the flock are able to escape and are on the run again. While I read page 105, I inferred that the computer chip inside of Max was the reason the erasers are able to find her and the group so quickly. In the book, the flock are constantly being found by erasers, however they are able to escape. Using my background knowledge, I made a connection to an anime I watched called Hunter x Hunter. In the anime, Killua was being manipulated by his older brother, which made him unable to control his instinct. However, after Killua discovered and removed the microchip implanted in his brain, he was able to think straight again. By making this connection, I infer if Max is able to remove the chip, it'll be harder to find them and they may be able to live in peace. Another inference I had was that the voice in Max's head was actually Jeb. Through the computer chip, he is able to guide Max and the flock without physically being there, and reasons may be that he was taken by the scientists. We're high in the mountains, safe, just me and my family. When we first moved here, Jeb Batchelder had taken care of us like a dad. He'd saved us. None of us had parents, but Jeb had come close as possible. Using my schema, I know this method is fairly cliche. In other novels, I've seen many cases where when a loved one leaves, they still manage to help the protagonist. Out of 5 stars, I'd rate Maximum Ride a 3.8 only because the novel was too focused on getting back Angel and the voices in Max's head. There wasn't too much to look forward to because everything in between was just them getting injured or escaping from the erasers. However, I found the plot twist interesting because you find out Angel and Gazy are related. As a 9-part series, I believe the novels will become better with more character development and clarification since you still don't know much about Fang and the other characters. I'd recommend the novel to those who are interested in long series. Each novel is about 300 plus pages and there are 9 and counting as of now. The series is ongoing, therefore if you're someone who is interested and dedicated to reading a long action series, I'd recommend this book to you. However, after Killua another inference that I had was that the voice in Max's head was actually Jeb through the microchip. He's a... What? Why did I not? Why can't I write sentences? Can't read. Can't write sentences. Can't English. Another inference I had was that the microchip in Voice's head in Max... We're high in a mountain, safe. Just... Oh my gosh. Using my schema, I know this method is fairly cliche. In other novels I've seen, many why do I keep doing that? Using my novel, I've seen this method in very cliche. Using my novel, okay. Using my schema, I know this method is fairly cliche. At a young age, Maximum Ride, along with their friends Fang, Gazy, Iggy... I just read that paragraph! Bro, I'm never gonna be able to record when these people are so loud. Oh my gosh, I love when I have a perfect recording and someone just walks in my room. Max was the strongest. Max don't even have powers. Before the test begins, she manifests psychic abilities which allow her to... I don't even know I'm reading anymore. Bro, I can't. Oh my gosh. English, yes!